You wake up and check your phone. No messages, no notifications. And somehow, that tiny silence feels heavier than it should. Why? Why can being alone feel physically uncomfortable, even when nothing is actually wrong? The real answer is far stranger. Because loneliness is not just an emotion. To your brain, loneliness can feel like danger. For most of human history, being alone was one of the worst positions a human could be in. Not emotionally, biologically. If you were separated from your tribe 50,000 years ago, you weren't just lonely. You were vulnerable. No group meant less protection, less food, less warmth, more predators. Alone often meant dead. Your brain learned this lesson deeply. So deeply that it still carries that ancient alarm system today. This is why silence can feel loud. Why social rejection can sting. Why being ignored can hurt more than you expect. Your nervous system doesn't always distinguish between physical danger and social danger. Psychologist John Cacioppo spent years studying loneliness at the University of Chicago. He found something disturbing. Lonely people don't just feel sad. Their bodies change. Stress hormones rise. Sleep quality drops. Inflammation increases. Even the immune system becomes weaker. Think about that. Your body can react to social isolation as if it's preparing for survival. Why would that happen? Because your ancestors survived together. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar showed that human brains evolved partly to manage complex social groups. Relationships weren't optional. They were survival technology. Friendship helped humans hunt. Families protected children. Groups shared information about danger. Connection kept you alive. So when connection disappears, ancient systems activate. Your brain becomes more alert, more suspicious, more defensive. You scan for threats. This is called hypervigilance. Cacioppo observed that loneliness makes people pay more attention to negative social cues. A neutral face can suddenly look hostile. Silence can feel like rejection. A delayed reply can feel personal. Sound familiar? The cruel part is this. Loneliness can make you withdraw, and withdrawal creates more loneliness. A loop begins. You feel disconnected. You protect yourself. You isolate more. The isolation reinforces the alarm. Your brain says, see, something is wrong. But there's another twist. Loneliness is not the same as being alone. You can sit alone in peace and feel completely safe. And you can stand in a crowded room and feel invisible. Because loneliness is not about distance. It's about perceived connection. Research by Julian Holt-Lundstad found chronic loneliness is linked to higher mortality risk, comparable to major health risks. That sounds extreme, but from an evolutionary lens, it makes sense. The brain treats chronic disconnection like a long-term survival problem. So what do? First, understand this. Feeling lonely does not mean something is broken inside you. It may mean an ancient alarm is ringing. And alarms are not enemies. They're signals. The goal is not to shame yourself for feeling lonely. The goal is to respond wisely. Sometimes the answer is simple. Reach out. Send a message. Start the conversation. Join the group. Step outside the loop. Even tiny moments of connection matter. A smile, a call, a shared joke. Your brain notices. Safety returns through signals. And there's one more thing. The modern world confuses your ancient wiring. You can collect hundreds of followers and still feel disconnected. Because your brain did not evolve for endless scrolling. It evolved for eye contact, voice tone, shared meals, physical presence, real signals. That's what calms the ancient system. So the next time loneliness hits, remember this. Part of you is still ancient, still tribal, still listening for signs that you belong. And that part is not weak. It's human. Tomorrow, when you check your phone and see silence, pause. That heaviness may not be about today at all. It may be the echo of thousands of generations whispering the same warning. Stay close. Stay connected. Stay alive. And suddenly, that silence feels very different. Because now you know, sometimes loneliness is just your ancient brain trying to keep you alive.